Holy fucking shit, it's nice out, dude. Ugh. What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in and showing all the love on the channel and also on the Instagram account. Our fan base has been growing pretty steady here, especially on the Instagram account. You guys have been awesome with following and all that stuff. Just trying to get everyone over here to the actual YouTube channel, because I have, like I mentioned before, and I also posted a trailer of the video, but for 1,000 subscriber special, guys, I have a wild racing video that I already edited. It looks sick, crazy runs in it, cool cinematics, loud exhaust, everything you'll ever want in it. So please subscribe to the channel so that you guys don't miss out on that. It's a sick video, guys, trust me on that. I didn't know how much I missed the sunroof until I had one. So yeah, guys, in this video, I had to think really hard about this actually, and come up with 5 things that I hate about this car. And the reason for that is because I do love this car. It's got a lot of benefits to it, a lot of benefits. So I didn't have too many complaints. I got a fun little road down here with some curves, and we could get some downshifts in. Fun little POV driving video. I finally came up with a name for the WRX, and I think it fits it pretty good. As you guys have seen by pictures like of the Mustang GT, we decided to name that one Ticket, and you know, you could probably figure out why we named it Ticket. You're just bound to get tickets in it. So I thought a perfect name for this car, being the Subaru WRX, would be Rexxie. So finally came up with a name for it. Rexxie, I think, suits this car perfect. Pretty much every factor that is on this list of things that I hate about the car are visual. Nothing performance-wise, because I mean, this car does handle great. Like, it sounds good, it handles around corners, and the all-wheel drive just grips right up, and you can just push this car to the limit, and it'll handle whatever you throw at it. So the very first thing on the list that I hate about this car are the factory headlights. And I'll show right here a clip on the screen of what the stock headlights look like. I think they look cheap. It just makes the car look real, I don't know, just, it makes it look like a sedan. There's nothing real sporty about the headlights. They're the halogen lights, so they're not even the bright blue LED lights, and it just doesn't flash. It's not flashy, it's not appealing to me. And I actually am going to be changing that, and you guys will see that pretty much in the very next video, because I did order in some LED projector headlights that are the new gen body style of headlights, and this is strictly for this car. Obviously the 2013s are a different body style compared to the 2016 and up, I believe, or 2015 and up, but I did get the new gen headlights for this car, and I'll be installing that in the future videos, so you guys will be able to see that. All-wheel drive pull, first gear. $60, $70, $80. It pulls, dude. It pulls. It really does get right up there. So yeah, guys, now we'll move on to the very second thing on the list that I hate about this car. So I've looked online also, because a lot of people do have the exact same problem with these 2013 model WRXs, with the heat shield around the turbo rattling right at 2 grand RPMs. So when you're like cruising along like this and you're in 5th gear, it will actually rattle right up there in front of the, right where the turbo is. And it'll just be this real clunky, rattly sound. It sounds like something's loose. The heat shield's completely bolted in, and there's no issue with the way that it's hooked up. It just rattles. It's got to be something with the motor under 2,000 RPMs. It just shakes the exact right way for that heat shield to rattle, and it annoys the absolute shit out of me. So actually what I did is I took it off, and it's supposed to help with heat soak, but I mean, there's not too much of a difference. And honestly, I've enjoyed this car so much more since I took the heat shield off. And I mean, if you're one of those people who like flashy engine bays and stuff, and you drive a WRX that's not an STI, you don't have any crazy performance mods to it, you don't have a fancy engine bay. This car does not have anything fancy whatsoever about it. And just to have that heat shield that says Cobb and looks good, but it rattles like a bitch when you're driving, I couldn't stand it, so I had to take it off. But if you guys do have a 2013 WRX, I would highly recommend taking the heat shield off. Because, I mean, it's not going to chip the paint. As long as nothing's real close to the turbo, you're not going to have any issues with things getting too hot, shorting wires, or anything like that. Like, the turbo is far enough away from everything to where you won't have an issue. Also, with that rattling being gone and out of the car, you can hear the turbo a lot more. And actually, there's a cool little trick to make your turbo flutter, which I'll make a video for that. I haven't done it yet to this car, but you guys will see what I mean. All right, so as you guys can see, right here is where the turbo is on the car, and normally there's a big Cobb heat shield that goes right above this. And whenever you're at the 2,000 RPMs, it just rattles like an absolute bitch. And I couldn't stand it, so I had to take it off. Doesn't really take anything away from the engine bay, and you can actually see the turbo and get right to it if you need to. But haven't had any other issues. So taking that off, I highly recommend, and I hated that about this car. Like I said, the stock headlights right here, they don't look flashy at all. And honestly, they kind of fade out after a while. Like, this car has about 70,000 miles on it, so it's had some fading there. The stock grill's pretty boring. There's no like logo or anything, which I did order in another grill, and I did order in a badge with carbon fiber background to it and the red Subaru stars. And this front end's going to transform here in future videos, so leave a like, subscribe, and you guys won't miss out on that video. So far I've talked about the headlights and the turbo heat shield rattle. Now number 3 on the list, right here, right at the intake. Now this is a functional intake on this car that goes right into the intercooler. You might not be able to see it with the GoPro right now, but right here, I don't know if this happens on all WRXs or if it's just my model or if it's just this car, but right here, as you guys can see, the paint is fading away from just air and, you know, just condensation, maybe anything like that, just sitting right in this area, and it's been fading off. But however, this piece will come out if you want to repaint this, and it'll take care of that. But still, number 3 on the list, what I hate about this car is this intake inlet just having your paint fade all off of it. Which also, guys, I will be changing here in the near future, because I do plan on painting this car. We're going to stay with the red and black look, but instead of just the stock look on the car, or just the gray with little bit of red stitching, I'm going to throw up a picture right here that I designed on Forza, and that's kind of the plan for this car also. So please leave a like, guys, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on this, because I have a lot of ideas for this car. So number 4 on the list, guys, is that right there. This car, the 2013 WRXs, only come equipped with a 5-speed manual transmission instead of a 6-speed. And I know that that's kind of nitpicky. It's not too major of an issue. You do sit at right about 3,000 RPMs going at, say, 70 miles an hour. And with the stock exhaust, it's not that big of a deal. But I do have an exhaust planned for this car. Dude, I just gotta. Right now, it's not too bad of a setup, but I do have an exhaust plan for this car. I plan on straight piping it from the cat back, and I do have burnt quad tips that I'll show right here, and those will be going on the back of this car, so it's going to sound a lot louder. And if I had a 6-speed with the resonator delete and then with the double muffler delete in the back, the car is going to sound a lot louder, and there is going to be some more drone inside the cabin of the car while driving. And if I'm going like 70 like I am right now, it's pretty calm. It's pretty calm. But if you did have an extra gear, it would drop the RPMs down to probably about 2 grand, maybe 1,800, which would be perfect, especially when I do get the straight pipe on this car, because like going at 3 grand, say you're going on an hour road trip or so, and it's just like, boom, like the whole entire way, that's gonna suck, man. That's gonna suck. And I wish that I could have a 6th gear to drop it down into, make it a little quieter. But then again, you could also make the argument, if you don't want your car to be loud, don't straight pipe it. So, like I said, can't really complain too much on that either. But for 5th gear, with the stock exhaust, 2,700, it's not too bad at all. It's not bad at all. Number 5 on the list. And number 5, guys, is this stock stereo right here. You can't do anything. It's not a touch screen. It doesn't look fancy. It does have Bluetooth audio. And I mean, you can play like music through it, I guess, but on a 2013, you got cars with like, you know, all these navigation settings and like touchscreen and, you know, just everything to it. And you can change it out and put an aftermarket one in, which I do plan on doing. But still, just from the factory for what this car is, it'd be kind of cool to have something nicer here to look at. Navigation, all your controls right here. Like the newer ones also have like the boost gauge up top. They have a little information screen up top that shows, you know, boost, AFRs, tire pressure and all that. Like, it'd be cool to have on this, but then again, it is a 2013 compared to one of the newer ones, and why don't you go buy a newer one then? So can't complain too much there. Now, if I did have to pick one other thing to put on this list, guys, I would put the performance aspect of it. It's not an STI, and I don't hate that about the car necessarily, because like you guys saw in the Mustang versus WRX video, this thing did pull right out on the Mustang right away with the all-wheel drive and the turbo torque just kicking right in. This car does move. It is a quick car. And I mean, 4th gear in that Mustang, top end, V8 motor, double the horsepower of what this thing has, will obviously pull away top end. But if you get an STI, that doesn't mean that you're going to beat a Mustang. The STI against the Mustang that we raced in that video, you'd probably have a very similar outcome. And the way that I look at it, why would you spend more money on a car that doesn't give you too much more? And like, this car still goes around corners, still wants to grip right up. Like, it goes, dude. This car pulls, it goes around corners, it sounds nice, handles f***ing amazing. Like, you can't beat it. I don't want an STI. Like, it's basically the same car. Look at this. We're going 70, and it just goes. Like, there's no need for an STI. And one last complaint on this WRX, guys, before the video's over, that I absolutely cannot stand, is that it can't do a f***ing burnout. I had a lot of fun filming this one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did. We got Ticket the Mustang here, and then we got Rexxie the WRX. And then we got the clips way in the back that we're also going to be doing some content with. So please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, guys, because when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be dropping a insane racing video of the Mustang right here, taking a Scat Pack Challenger and doing some crazy runs, exhaust notes, cinematics, everything that you guys could ever ask for. So please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, guys. I already have it edited right at 1,000 subscribers. We're dropping that video. I'm super excited for it, and hopefully you guys are too. So thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. That's been the video. Leave a like, subscribe. See you in the next one. Let's do it. Mustang! Waiting to watch the world burn. Oh, let's go, dude.